What's up, you guys? Welcome back, and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be installing some rock lights on my 2018 Toyota Tacoma. Stay until the end of the video because I will be turning them on at night just to show you guys how they look. So let me go ahead and show you the truck really quick, and I'll explain to you one more thing that I'm going to be installing. It's not really part of the video, but I want to go ahead and show you. I'm going to go ahead and put amber covers on my pods, and then I'm going to go ahead and just show you how it looks before and after at night, of course. So if you guys want to stay until the end of the video, so we'll be installing the rock lights from Oxbeam. The ones that I did go with are the ones with the 4 pods. I'm going to put one under each wheel well, so it's going to look awesome at night. You also have the option of getting the 8 pod, so of course this will give you 8 of these. If you do want more light emitting from under the truck, you want to go ahead and just go with the 8 pod. It does come with the control module, so the control module, what this does is it connects, you see how there's only 4? So each connection is going to connect to one of these pods. Of course, if you had the 8 pods, it'd be 8 of these things. So the control module itself, it is Bluetooth. That just connects to your phone, so there's not going to be no need to wire up switches or anything like that. And it is RGB, so you can change the coloring whenever you want. One thing to note, if you are doing this on a Toyota Tacoma, the wiring for, if you put it in the back wheel well like I am, which I'll show you later in the video, it's not going to reach all the way to the front of the engine bay, which is where this is supposed to connect. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to mount this actual control module underneath the truck, and then what I'll do is I'll just run some extra wiring. Of course, this is positive and negative, so I'll run extra wiring underneath the truck all the way to the positive and negative of the battery. I'll show you how to do that. Nothing wrong with that, but I do recommend getting an inline fuse for that. Inside the box, of course, it does come with your hardware. We might not be using these rubber boots. I don't need it, but I do need the hardware. It does come with an instruction manual. It's not too detailed on the instructions. It's just like the basics. And then on the back side, it shows you what app you need to get and just how to control it on the phone. Let's go ahead and get into the install. Before that though, these are going to be amber covers from Oxbeam that I will be throwing on at night to go ahead and show you guys. And if you do want to purchase any of this, it will be in the description box below. Let's go ahead and show you just one side how it looks done. I won't be turning them on yet. I'm just going to show you how it looks, how I ran the wire, and then I'll go ahead and show you just how to install it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and show you just how it looks when they're already installed. We'll go ahead and start with the passenger side. On the driver's side, I'll go ahead and show you just how to install it. So if you notice from this angle here, you can't even notice there's a pod light. So if you look right under there, you'll see the pod light is there. So it's nice and secure. You do want to angle it a little bit, like at a 45-degree angle. So maybe I should have brought it up a little bit more towards this side. We're going to go underneath the truck. We are on the back side. So if you could tell, there's a wire there. You want to go ahead and run it through just like that. Tighten that together. It's running up to here, up to here. As far as the front driver's side, there's the wiring there. I've just kind of crossed it over right about there. Brought it in, zip tied it there. The rear one and the front one are zip tied together there. You're gonna notice there's already existing wire going through the cab. It's zip tied again right there. And then, if you notice underneath right here, the wiring is right there. It goes over that. Make sure to put it over, because if you do put it under this is your drive shaft, and if it gets caught under that, it will rip it and you could cause damage. So make sure to put it over, not under. So then it goes out through here. You're gonna notice the wiring is here because I'm not done, of course. So as far as for the control module, I'm gonna mount it around here, and you are gonna need some self-tapping screws. Let me go ahead and just show you how to install it on the driver and the passenger side. On the control module, you're gonna notice where the pods connect. That I'm gonna put it towards the back of the truck, okay? So just make sure you do that. Mount it about there. Self-tapping screws. Once I've mounted this is very light, so it shouldn't fall, and it is sealed pretty well, so it should be okay to getting wet and stuff like that. We're gonna go ahead and now connect the 2 that I already installed, which is the passenger side. So let's go ahead and connect those just for now. So here's the control module wiring, and then here's the right rear pod. Let's go ahead and connect those. You're gonna notice there's 4 little grooves there, 4 grooves there. Be sure to line them up. And you're gonna notice there is a little weather seal there, so you're good there. So then you want to go ahead and just tighten this up. On the front passenger side, same thing. You're gonna notice there's 4 males and then 4 females. Go ahead and connect those. Screw this in. So now of course we have the positive and the negative and the 2 other pods left to go. So let's go ahead and show you how to install. So right now we're on the left passenger side. We're gonna go ahead and now install the new pod that's gonna go under here. Like I said, you wanna try to keep it at a 45-degree angle just to emit the light more wider. So for this step here, you're gonna notice on the pod right here, the connection, it's a little bit wide, so we're not gonna be able to just get it through there, of course, because it's too big. So we're gonna go ahead and cut out a hole that's similar to the connection. So alright, so that's about the same size, kind of. So we're gonna go ahead and use this bit here, and we're gonna go ahead and cut a hole into the wheel well. Like I said, at a 45-degree angle. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of place it to see where I'm gonna mount it. I'm gonna mount it about there. Start with the hole. Up next, you're gonna want to go ahead and just kind of pop this section out. It pops easily, but not easily, if that makes sense. Just like that. You want to be able to see inside. So now you want to get your pod, get the connection, and just put this right through the hole that you just drilled out. On camera, you're not gonna be able to tell, of course, but I already have made the hole. The pod can fit now, well, the wiring of the pod. So before doing so, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of mock it up, see where it's gonna go. So I have the pod in place. Inside the hardware bag that does come provided, you're gonna notice there is 2 different size screws and 2 different size nuts. You wanna go ahead and get the one that's bigger. So that's what we did here. And taking this little nut off, you're gonna notice there's no way to just tap into the wheel well, because they're not like self-tapping screws or anything like that. So personally, what I did, just got, I know this one's not a self-tapping, but it does have a pointy edge to it. So I used that one to kind of make up the hole. And you want to make sure it's not bigger than the mounting screw you are going to mount. So I am going to use this just to kind of cut out the hole where you're going to place the screws in, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the hole into the wheel well. And then I'm going to take this screw out. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the actual screws that I'm going to leave in. That way I can have a nut on the other side. So let's go ahead and get to that. So I know in this section here you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. But like I said, I'm just pre-making holes. Alright, I made the hole now. Time to grab the actual screw we're going to be using. This one, the one that comes provided. One side down. Now you want to go ahead and get the nut that does come provided. Go ahead and bring this down. And just put the nut onto the screw. The other side of the pod, same exact step. Let's go ahead and pre-drill a hole. Pre-drilled hole is there. Alright, now grab the actual provided screw you're going to install. Here it is. Now you get the provided nut. Go ahead and put it over. Pretty much done. It's nice and secure. It ain't going nowhere. Now we're going to go ahead and run the wire. I'll go ahead and show you how to put this through the wheel well. Choices. So first things first, of course, we need to put this back into the wheel well so it goes all around through. You don't want this, of course, exposed or anything like that, because if a rock does hit it, it will tear. So you want to go ahead and figure out a way, like I said, to put it through the wheel well. So you're going to notice there is a little bit of a bulge here. So we're going to go ahead and put it back in through there. So you have, like I said, 2 choices. Either one, just slide it through and hope that it comes out through the other side, or the second choice, which I like doing, a clothes hanger, spread it out just like this, get some black electrical tape, go ahead and tape the ends, and then just feed it through. Really, once you feed it through, you want it to come out underneath on this side, of course, from the front side, because we need to connect this to the control module. So as you can tell, now I have the whole wiring all the way through the wheel well. Now I can go ahead and put this tab back just to make it look nice and clean, just like it was. As you can tell, it looks like it's not even there, but it is in here, and it's at a 45-degree angle, just like I stated you want it to, just to disperse the light correctly. So we're gonna go ahead and put this, if you notice, this thing is going in underneath the body of the truck. We're gonna go ahead and follow that as well. We have it here. We're gonna go ahead and connect it to the control module, and there's only one way these things can connect because of the little cutout that's there. There's only one way to put them in. Just make sure to put the female and the male in a straight position so you don't tear anything. All this excess wire and the end we'll go ahead and zip tie it, and I'll show you just where I put it. So let's go ahead and now do the front driver side so we can go ahead and connect it and get things going. Alright you guys, so back here, right now we're on the front driver side. For the wheel well, you want to go ahead and remove, there's a couple clips like this. I will be honest, these things are seriously super hard to remove. I used the panel removal tool to kind of get in beneath this, but doing so you could break the head off. So just letting you guys know, do it carefully. I don't have the tool that is for this, but I just made things work. So you're only going to need to take out, there's one on this side and one back there. There's one right here on top. That one you don't need to remove it. If you want to, go ahead. It'll make your life easier. But like I said, these things are really hard to remove and you could break them easily. To the back to be able to run the wire back. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did in the front. We're going to kind of see where we're going to mount it. Like I said, you want to go ahead and mount this pod at a 45-degree angle, kind of pointing in. And of course, we're going to drill out a hole. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Did the hole. Let's get the connection. Nice and done, just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, feed it through the hole. So now that I have the rock light in this position here, and I have the wire coming out from the bottom of the truck, just like that, I'm going to go ahead and really quick just put my plastic tabs that I took out back together where they go. Just like we did the back, same exact step. So now that I'm going to go ahead and screw this on, the front side is going to be a little bit different than the rear. The only reason why is because right here you can't really put the bolts that are provided and then go ahead and put the nut provided, since you don't have access to the back of the wheel well unless you bring this whole thing down, which I don't want to do because that's a lot of work. You have to remove all this fender flare and all that. Too much work. So we're just going to go ahead and get some screws like this, and I'm also going to be using the provided tape, 3M double-sided tape that does come provided. What I did here was I just cut out where the screws are, so that way when I go to screw this in, it doesn't ripple the tape. So 3M double-sided tape is there. You want to go ahead and put some alcohol just to wipe down the excess of dirt that's inside of there. Let's go ahead and mount it where we're going to put it. Get your screw. If you have self-tapping screws, that works out even better. One more. That thing ain't going nowhere. I'm tugging on it. It's good to go. Alright, so let me go ahead and show you just underneath the truck right now. And let's go ahead and start doing the wiring and test it out. Now I got the wiring here. We're going to go ahead and bring it around. If you notice, there's existing wire here. We're going to go ahead and zip tie it to that. So go ahead and get your zip ties. Make it a clean, nice install. We zip tied this here. Now we're going to go ahead and zip tie this other one, maybe around there. Once you zip tied it here, you just want to keep following this wiring that's existing there. So go ahead and put your wiring right through there. Now that I brought the wire in through the frame of the other side right through here, let's go ahead and zip tie it right here. Let's go ahead and connect the last one. Same thing. It only goes. So the next step, of course, you see a lot of excess wiring and stuff like that. Of course, you don't want this dangling. I'm going to go ahead and put some zip ties. Let's go ahead and curl this up. We're going to go ahead and put it underneath this frame here, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I'll zip tie it again there, just so it sits inside of there and it looks nice and clean, so no one could ever see it. Alright, so as you can tell, nothing's going to get loose. Everything's underneath here. I've zip tied the wiring together, and then I've zip tied it to the actual frame of the vehicle underneath in here, because there is a hole where you can slide it in. So it's nice and secure. This thing is literally never going to go anywhere. If you want to be super safe, you could always throw in even more zip ties and just go to the extreme. All we have left is this, and I'll go ahead and show you what to do with it. So in this section here, you want to go ahead and get some wiring that's going to be long enough to go from the battery all the way to the control module in the back. You also want to, I already pre-installed it, but you also want to get a wiring like this that has a fuse inside. You can get these at AutoZone or anywhere like that. Even online, you'll probably find it cheaper, but you want to add a fuse to it. I know it doesn't come with it on the aux beam, but you want to add it to be safe. You don't need it, supposedly, but I'm going to be safe and put it on. And then right here in this section here, you want to go ahead and choose which one's going to be your positive and which one's going to be your negative. I'll go ahead and use this orange one that has a line in it for my positive. We're going to go ahead and splice this, connect it together. Once it's connected together, then we'll go ahead and get this one. It'll act as the negative, and we'll go ahead and install it to the negative of the battery, or right here, the grounding of the actual vehicle. So that's going to be your positive, that's going to be your negative. Remember the colors. Alright, feed this through. You could either take this tab off or just feed it through. It's nothing too hard. There's a hole right underneath. Just feed it under just like that. Nice and easy. So right now we'll go ahead and install that, and then I'm going to go ahead and come around the side and I'll explain to you a little more. Alright, so for here, I just fed the wiring through the one that's connected to the positive and the negative of the battery. Technically you do want to connect that until you're done with the whole install. But yeah, then right here, I got my clothes hanger. I fed it through. There is a hole in the backside of the fender where you can feed the clothes hanger through. Feed it all the way underneath the wheel well, and it's going to come out underneath from here. So now we're going to go ahead and go underneath the truck and just kind of follow the wiring where we installed the rock light. We're just going to go ahead and follow it to the control module. Alright, so now that we ran the wire, like I said, you want to follow this wiring, you want to go ahead and follow the rock light from the front passenger, exactly the way you brought it back here, exactly the way you'll bring this one. And of course right here is the control module. I've ran the wiring through here, zip tied it right there just so it's nice and secure. So now we're going to be working on this. So of course the black one is going to be connected to your blue wiring that you did get, and then this other one is going to be of course my red. The color choice of the extra wiring can be whatever, it doesn't really matter. Just remember which one's your positive and which one's your negative. As for me, I do have heat shrink, so I'm going to go ahead and put that over, just that way it stays even more protected after we connect the two lines. I want it to be like not corrosive or anything like that, just to stay secure. So I'm going to go ahead and put my heat shrink right over it. Let's go ahead and connect the red with the red. If you do have butt connectors, you want to go ahead and of course use those. I don't have any in access right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. Go ahead and put the other side. Once you're in this position here, use both electrical tape and Tesa wire loom tape just to stay safe. So if you do have heat shrink to put over, go ahead and put your heat shrink right over. So now that it's there, go ahead and get your heat gun. Next, what I'm going to be doing, just to be safe, is I'm going to go ahead and put some Tesa wire loom tape all around this. So once you have it nice and clean, like I said, the Tesa wire loom tape makes everything look a lot cleaner and nice. So pretty much I put black tape, black electrical tape, then I put the heat shrink, and then I put 2 layers of this, just so I know it's 100% secure. Now you just want to go ahead and zip tie this somehow, just so it looks nice and clean. So as you can tell, it's nice and clean. Let's go ahead and connect now the battery terminals and go from there, and we should be done, and I'll go ahead and test it out. So make sure you stay until the next clip, because like I said, we'll go ahead and put some amber covers on and I'll show you that. And then we'll go ahead and turn all the rock lights on and show you how that looks. Just so you can see the inside view, so the wiring is coming out of there. I've put it in Tesa wire loom tape. The fuse is here, connected to the positive. As far as the black one, it's still underneath this plastic here. I just kind of put all the excess under there, and it's connected right under this bolt here. So it looks nice and clean, and as you can tell, amplifier is installed. So stay tuned for that one, which should be the next upload. Alright, so here comes the fun part. You want to go ahead and just go to auxbeam.com/carlight, which is where I'm at right now. And if you have an iOS phone, which is like an Apple, or an Android phone, you just go ahead and choose which phone you have. I have an iOS, so I'm going to go ahead and not do that. And click that, and then of course open. Hurry up and load. But once you've clicked on it, you of course want to go ahead and download it. I've already downloaded it, so we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and go to the actual application. So once we're there, you want to go ahead and just select this Bluetooth section here, and make sure the Bluetooth of your actual phone is on as well. So go ahead and select there, and it's going to give you an option to go ahead and select and choose a light. I've already selected it, so I'm good there, but it would give you an option here to choose it. Click choose, and then it's going to give you a whole bunch of different information. It's going to be bottom, left, top, right, wherever your control module is mounted. I have my control module on the bottom, so I've selected bottom, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and go back, and now you can go ahead and just turn on the lights. and then you can pick the color that you want. You can put rainbow color, just anything like that. And it's awesome because it also gives you music selection. If you have some songs on your phone, it'll go with the rhythm of the beat. Go ahead and get to the fun part and just show you how it looks at night. So in person it is a little brighter, but in all honesty I'd recommend probably going with the 8 pods just to make it even more brighter. It does look pretty awesome, not gonna lie. So the cool thing with these is you could change any color you want. As you can tell, green, yellow, red. They're not extremely bright, so if you do want them extremely bright, I'd probably recommend getting maybe the 8 pods, just to make it a lot brighter underneath the vehicle, because right now it really lights up the wheel wells, but it doesn't light up like the middle part, if that makes sense. So like right there. But yeah, it looks pretty awesome to me. And you can also make it flash, and from what I noticed on the app, I'm still learning myself, so I'm not going to really show you, but you can also, if you have music playing, I believe, you can make it go with the rhythm as well. So that's pretty cool. There's the pod right there. Let me go ahead and show you the back one. The rear one there. There it is. From the side you can't even tell it's there. So let's go ahead and just now show you how the amber covers look. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the amber covers. So as far as for the actual pods that I have, I can't really utilize these because it doesn't have a latching system for it. But if your pods do have a latching system, these things will come in handy. They are in the description box below, and like I said, they are also from Auxbeam, and they're honestly super affordable if you do want to go ahead and purchase them. Let me go ahead and show you how they look without it. That's without. Now let me go ahead and show you from the front side. So as you can tell, the one on the right side is the amber one, and the one on the left side is of course just the regular 6K LED. Someone's probably gonna ask, what's the difference, or why would I want that if that looks a little less bright? So the reason you would want amber is, we've already stated this before in one of my previous videos. That one's also in the description box below. But it's gonna help you out when you're off-roading and there's a lot of dust getting kicked up in the air. That helps emit less light, and it helps you see through the dirt. There's more to it than that, but that's just a simple explanation. Also, if you're in the snow, if you're in fog or anything like that, the regular 6K, they'll blind you. These ones over here, the ambers, pretty much those will keep that from happening. So the cool thing about having covers like this is because whenever you do want the white light, you can always just easily remove it. Or if you want the amber covers on, you can easily just put them on. Like I said, it's not gonna sit on there. I'll probably super glue mine just because I really do want amber covers on mine. Not sure if I would recommend that, but that's what I'm gonna do personally. I think it looks great as well. If you guys do want to pick these up, they are in the description box below as well, along with the rock lights. So I hope you guys like this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.